Hello, everyone,
Okay.
and welcome to VYTALCast. Sorry, I did not give you a good window to respond.
Going
Okay,
live. We're live.
okay. I still need to edit everything. It's like now I have to recrop. Go, go, go. It's just amazing. I make sure we have like 10 minutes buffer time so I don't have to do this live, and then life finds a way. Have you seen that
Okay.
Jurassic Park trailer? The new one? Larissa? Have you seen Jurassic
No,
World?
no, I haven't.
Oh, okay. Wait, have you seen Jurassic Park at least?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay, so you should have got the quote. Okay, hey, Inspector Who and Verif, they're always the early birds. Oh, and AC Gears and Arms. Okay, so we have a bit of a thing going on. Sunny is technically on the call, but her mic isn't working. So right now we're in regular VitalCast mode. Oh my gosh, it has Sunny's information. Sunny's on this call, we swear. She will.
She's here.
The moment we could hear her, we'll go to guest cast mode where everything should be correct. But, yeah, there's Sunny. She is typing in the chat. So, do you have anywhere you want to start with chapter 8? Or
In
Ruby stuff in general?
general, there's a whole heap of information Dyson restore which been killing about a moment ago.
Yeah, I mean, I think I saw you tweeted something about the RT store. Didn't you?
I
Like,
did.
okay,
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
what did you tweet? Hey, Sunny, we can hear you.
Oh my god, yeah!
Oh my gosh. Okay, you can turn your webcam back on, and then we can switch to guest cast. That's awesome.
Okay.
Okay.
I
And
tweeted about the new Ruby headphone. I think that might have been a podcast last week.
yeah, so you got the headphones. Yeah, that's from like volume 1, like the very first
Yeah.
episode. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
So, wait, are they out now? Like, if I wanted, I could buy them right
Yes.
now.
Yes, you can.
How much do they cost? Hold on,
I
I'm
think
just
they're on sale. They're like $28 US.
okay. So I'm just gonna go to the store and see.
And there's a whole heap of Beacon Academy dice as well.
Okay, you're cutting in and out a bit, but I heard you say Beacon Academy stuff.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna have to skip to the Ruby stuff because they came out with a lot of stuff just barely.
They
Their
did.
whole first page is like new Rooster Teeth stuff. I'm like, okay, but I just want to see Ruby.
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 You can select the collection.
Yeah, I went to
Just-
collection and I don't see Ruby. I see Rooster Teeth. So I went to Rooster Teeth because there's no Ruby. Category. Nope. That is like shirts and stuff. I have to say the new Rooster Teeth site is not that friendly to like search through. No, what did I do? No. Okay, hold on. With my new mouse, it's like terrible to scroll down with. It's like great for gaming, terrible for like web searching.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, they got a search thing. I'm just gonna type in headphones.
It'll work.
Oh, are you looking for like the Ruby headphones?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I found them. They are. They're normally 35, but they're on sale for 28.
I just
Yeah.
I went straight to the Ruby store website, scrolled all the way down, they were just right there.
Yeah, I scrolled all the way down and they still weren't there.
Put out a whole heap of
Yeah. Hold on. I am gonna try to see if I could add a. There it is. Okay. That is a lot bigger than I wanted it to be. Here we go. Right in the middle. Okay. So they got the headphones. I mean,
I want them like cosplay.
okay, so I'm gonna read the reviews. Okay, someone says, finally here, 5 out of 5 roosters. I'm not the first, but won't be the last to say they're happy to have these headphones available. Oh, no wonder why a lot of these reviews have thumbed down. They're just happy they're available to buy. I thought they're like, 5 out of 5. Great sound quality, because like that's what I was wanting to know was the
Yeah.
sound quality. Bummer. Like this one was like thumbs down 3 times. And then this one's like 1 thumbs up and then 4 thumbs down. It's like, so much want. I have wanted these since 1 came out. Why you gotta release them right after I get slapped with a big hospital bill? Now I gotta wait forever to get them. That was a lot more personal information than we needed in a review for headphones. I have literally been waiting since the first episode for this. Well worth the wait. And that is the most well-rated review. It has 9 thumbs ups, 3 thumbs downs. So basically, 3 out of 4 people liked that review. It is titled Yas. So, all right. So that was that for that. As far as Ruby headphone reviews go.
Yes. Well, when I get mine, I'll put it.
Yeah. Okay, so there's Inspector Who. You said he wants that new Volume 4 Ruby figure? Okay, hold on. Now I have to go back to that store.
Yes, I saw that. Saw that too.
This is just going to be like, VYTALCast checks out the store. Oh, wait, there's the Ruby collection. I could have just clicked that button. Oh.
There you go. I knew there was one.
Okay, now I have to add a new thing. Okay.
I'm bad with
Google. I'm just going to label that as Google so I know how to handle it when I see it.
I need to put the Nora's headphones.
Oh yeah, I have Nora's headphones. Yeah, I forgot. Like Volume 2, that was like Nora's headphone time.
I was gonna try and make them.
And yes, Verif, we are gonna talk about episode stuff. It's just, it was just like the merch stuff was like brought to my attention like an hour ago, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is like totally fresh news.
And then we were waiting for Sunny to get a mic working, so we just started randomly talking.
Oh, there is a Volume 4 figure. Oh, I've seen this one before actually. And it's like the first of a series. I think for Team Ruby, I might get the Volume 4 figures.
Say so. So I bought out all the one.
Yeah.
I did unboxing.
Yeah.
I've got the Chibi Beowulf figurine as well.
Oh wait.
The vinyl Beowulf one.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah. I saw that, the vinyl. Yeah, I saw like Juniper had them and I was like, what the heck? Oh my gosh, there's all these new shirts and everything. Where have I been? Oh my gosh, look at this, the Heroes Tee. Okay, so Klessy Wish is asking, is this today's episode you're talking about? And we're talking about Chapter 8 today. Chapter 9 isn't out yet, so if you mean today's episode by Chapter 8, like the video that's coming out on YouTube, then yeah, as Verif said, Chapter 8. The only thing we know about Chapter 9 is like thumbnail and picture. Which I could pull that up. I could do a new tab. Go to Rooster Teeth.
So hard when I saw the thumbnail. Yes!
Yeah. Yeah, like Cinder's just on fire. Wait, where is it?
Yep.
Is it? Am I not signed in? No, I'm signed in.
You have to go.
Oh yeah, you have to go to shows. Click on that. Okay, it's called A Perfect Storm. Coming soon. Ta-da! There's a terrible smirky face from Cinder. There. That's our Chapter 9 discussion right there. Just kidding.
And it looks like we're finally getting him.
Yeah. So. Oh yeah. Okay. So, Sunny, I think they said your volume's a little quiet.
Yeah. Does this sound better? Like I turned up my.
Hold on. I actually need to put people's output volume higher. Okay, now talk.
Oh, so it's not my fault.
Yeah, it's not your fault. It's my fault. Okay, you should be louder. Okay, so Klessy Witch just says, that's so cool, or ha. Okay, so to Chapter 8 discussion. Is there anywhere either one of you want to start with? Because I have a few.
What do you make for us to start at the...
Like what stands out to you most about Chapter 8 that you would like to talk about?
I had a mini meltdown at the where they cut it off.
Yeah.
Oh, the ending with Gira?
I think that's a good place to start.
Yeah, let's start at the end.
Like, no, why did you stop it there?
Yeah, Gira rips off his shirt, record scratch. You're probably wondering why he took off this shirt. Let's go back. Am I the only one who's like, isn't that like less protection for you if you just threw off that really thick looking jacket in the middle of a fight.
Well,
Pretty be able to fight
he
easy.
looks all cool and like a cat, so he's like, rawr.
Yeah. but it's like you don't need the jacket off to be all raw, you know. We can still see your nails perfectly fine. It's I thought it was a pretty cool moment. But also like, does Gira have a weapon other than his claws? Because I have yet to see him use one. And
I
also,
feel like if he does, we might see it next time. I don't know.
yeah. Next
Isn't it appear that he had a weapon? Maybe he previously.
Yeah. Inspector Who pointed out something great. He's like, Gira told Blake to wear armor. Then he takes off his.
Yeah.
Hypocrite. Yeah, he's just like, no, I'm just really carried about my daughter's modesty to keep the creeps away. I mean, why else would some monkey boy follow her onto a boat into another country? Like, blame the costume. But Varif did put up a good point of saying probably makes him faster, which I hope that's the reason he, like, speed +3 or something. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm very excited, but I'm also scared that he's going against Finnick and I always
Corsic.
Yeah,
Corsic,
I always forget Corsics.
Like, don't ask me which one is which, but yeah, it's Corsic.
Yeah, I think I could point and say which one is which. I just can't remember Corsic's name.
I think Fennec is the one with the ears and Corsic's one with the tail.
Yes. Yeah, that was how I was gonna use it. And but like also I noticed their weapons have a bit of a similarity to Illia's, with like the center blade part was like a unicorn horn.
Is it like standard menagerie white fang gear or something?
Yeah, like everything has to look like a stinger of some sort. And like I kind of want to say those parts will extend, or like they can shoot out and go through something and be used like as a grappling hook, because I had a similar idea for a OC type character, but it's like an Assassin's Creed blade that could like shoot out as a grappling hook, but then it'll like split off into like 3 things into like a grappling hook. That makes sense?
Kind of.
Yeah.
If I drew it, it would make a lot more sense. But
I think they have different dust as well. So he's lightning.
Sorry.
Fennec, the one with the ears, fire dust.
Sorry, you were cutting in and out a lot. I couldn't hear that.
Yeah, it's been doing that.
Right, it's shocking.
Time.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's
Dust. Different dust.
Oh, they're using different dust? Yeah, like one had red and one had gold.
Fire?
It looked like fire?
Yeah.
Fire and electricity.
Yeah. Well, Illia seems lightning.
Yeah, Illia was using lightning / shocking powers. And okay, so people are talking about how he might be using wrestling type moves, which I think that's pretty fair to say considering how he was fighting people. Or not just like wrestling type moves, but there's a certain martial arts type. Like I mean, there's like he kind of reminds me of a sumo wrestler in a bit.
Yeah.
Crap, we call it grappling a lot. There's like a different like grappling type fighting, but he's not on the ground. Grappling is more like on the ground wrestling, but just the way how he does a strong centered stance, and then he's able to just upper body strength people and throw them against a wall and whatever.
Yeah. And he slammed one of their faces on the ground.
Yeah, pretty much. It was like, that very much reminds me of like sumo wrestling type fights, or like whenever a sumo wrestler is going against someone much smaller than they are. It's like, I will pound you with your face. Gira biceps are also a gun. Yeah, Muay Thai. I think it might be Muay Thai that I'm thinking of. I am gonna do a quick Google search of Muay Thai.
I like Inspector who said Kali won't hesitate. Like, she's gonna cut a bit.
I don't know. I'm actually really worried about Callie, because
yeah, same.
I think I think she's like the most in danger. Gira, I'm not so much worried about because we saw him take down a few punks.
Hmm.
Muay Thai is. I don't think that's the exact style I was thinking of because from what I'm seeing of the pictures, it's a lot of kicking and stuff, which Gira was not using his legs at all. And yeah, this guy's doing like a jump kick in this other picture, and some guy's doing a rising knee to a face. Yeah, definitely not Muay Thai. I am not thinking Muay Thai. Give Callie a shotgun. Yeah, get rid of that crappy little pistol she had.
And she was so hilarious, like, get out of me house!
yeah. Like, there's like a movie that I really want to reference, but I can't remember, where there's like a mom that's pretty much saying that. Maybe it's like Small Soldiers I'm thinking of. One of the mom characters gets really mad at the toy soldiers, but... Sunny, have you had any parts that stood out to you?
Well, I mean, the beginning of the episode, it was just kind of like talkity talk. So obviously, like the end of the last half of the episode really stood out. I really liked the I'm assuming it was like the spider girl, like Trifa or something, like who shot the web. Like,
oh yeah, I did not catch her name at all. Like, I have a bad habit of not watching credits for Ruby, so
It was...
I just called her Spider Woman. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Batman. Oh my gosh, there's Spider Woman. They're just ripping off superheroes in this scene. That's how it felt to me. Yeah. Should we talk about Illia and the big reveal?
Oh yeah.
So, there was a part in my reaction video that I noticed while editing that I really hope doesn't get misinterpreted, but right after she says, you were too busy looking at Adam, and I just wish you'd look at me that way, I kind of muttered, oh no, or like, no, which I think that was more of a, no, if you love Blake, don't hurt her and her family, like, don't do that. It was not like a, oh no, she's a, so I just hope that doesn't get misinterpreted. I'm just ready for crappy comments to come out.
Maybe add a little text comment on there or something.
I think I did. I think I added like, if you love her, don't hurt her kind of text afterwards. Mm-hmm. I could always check. Yeah, Illia is a literal rainbow person. I love that. She literally is. But like, I remember in Volume 4, we had an episode of VYTALCast saying like Illia is like the perfect representation of like a bisexual person, because she could be passing or really standing out as LGBT. Does that make sense?
I mean, like, sure, like, she might be like, I don't really care, but they also said like we've already seen someone who's like that, so it's like, if we get more people, that's good. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Oh no, I just found the text comment I used for that part. I said, love makes you do crazy things sometime. I'm like, I hope that doesn't still get misinterpreted. Okay. But, sorry, what were you saying again, Sunny?
Oh, I was just like, you were talking about Illia as like the perfect representation of like a bi person or something?
Yeah, like physically, I guess, like physically and metaphorically.
Oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I was just saying, like,
because she could pass as a human if she wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good metaphor or like analogy.
Yeah, like she, I think in the Blake's trailer, even talked about how Illia was going to an Atlas school and they didn't even know she was a Faunus until they were making fun of the Faunus that died in the mining accident, and then she turned blue, I think she said, and that's when all the people at her school found out she was a Faunus, and they looked at her like they were scared or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, hails to Taco. And and thanks Anamara for watching. Yeah, oh my gosh, Inspector Who said Batman crushed Catwoman. But yeah. So there was like another thing, like kind of a, I don't know if it's like a reflection or a parallel to like Illia, but there was like Yang talking about Blake with Weiss, and just like how she was kind of reacting about that. I don't know if that's going to be like a parallel to what Illia was saying, like how she was like jealous of how Blake would look at Adam, wishing that was for her, and like Yang was saying like, you know, I trusted her, why couldn't she do the same to me? You know, kind of that kind of. I felt like that was a bit of a parallel of maybe something. But I also don't want to start a shipping war at the same time because Black Sun seems like it's like so close, but then it's also like Yang's also saying stuff that's like obviously she's really hungover and hurt still from Blake. So
yeah, I still think it's more of a friendship, but I'm not saying that Bumblebee won't. But I'm thinking more just Yang was upset that Blake, Raider basically.
Yeah, what Yang says like makes sense in any sense, like whether it's a friend sense or further. And AC Gears and Arms, I think he nailed how I feel about Ilya's character as a whole. And I think that was also kind of, you could also kind of bundle it a bit even more into my little, oh no, that I say in my reaction video, is because it's like, oh no, there's even more motive for her to be redeemed. But she's further dwindling her chances of being a redeemable character. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And also part of the note was also oftentimes when people like whenever there's like an LGBT character brought into a show, usually they're shown as a villain, like him in Powerpuff Girls and stuff. How they like treat him like a total evil thing and all that like that, or like in just a bunch of other stuff they'll be like, oh, he's different, or like Moriarty in Sherlock. So it's just so I'm just like I don't know if Ilya's like the best representation with the path she is going down, but hey, we got something at least. But then it's also like, oh no, I hope this counts as good representation. So, oh yeah, and like Weiss becoming Team Mom, I liked that too.
Yes.
Which
Weiss is going.
Huh?
Sorry. Oh, I was just gonna say like she's grown so much.
Yeah, and actually, volume 2 has been coming a lot into my mind this last chapter, because, crap, it wasn't volume 2 that Weiss gave Ruby coffee. That was in volume 1, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah, but there's like little, like, I feel like this episode, when it came to like Team Ruby talking to each other, it was referencing the older volumes quite a lot, with like them being friendly, or like Weiss giving coffee, and it's like kind of, oh no, I was thinking when Weiss and Blake were gonna go out and get a drink, and Weiss is like coffee and Blake's like tea, you know, like that came to mind when I was watching it. So
it's been a lot of little back, even chapter 7, John vomit.
Okay, Larissa, I'm sorry, but that was like really choppy.
Yeah.
It was like
I think
chapter
I heard the word
7,
vomit,
and
but not anything else.
I heard chapter 7, and then it was just like random syllables from there. I'm sorry.
I closed down.
I heard I can't quite understand, and then it cut out again. I'm sorry. I don't know if it's my internet or just because it's from like US to Canada. I mean, US to Australia. Why did I say Canada? Okay.
Oh, she's typing.
Okay, so Larissa sent a text. Okay, it's hers. Okay. Sorry, Larissa. It might be because we're doing like a 3-way call, but...
It's so good. It's my internet.
Okay, I can hear you fine now.
Yay!
It's just being picky. It's like, okay, she's gonna give an important thought. Let's not hear her. Okay.
I can't see the chat. Yeah. We'll just keep going.
Yeah. Hey, Brandon Dodge.
I was mentioning about how John vomit.
Yeah. Okay, Verif said something, and Verif, I don't want to fight you on this, but I do disagree. This is like the 3rd Amber Alert this week.
Oh my god.
Okay, hold on. I have not 1, but 2 devices Amber Alerting. Okay. So, I got that fixed. So, Varif, I don't want to fight you on this, but I do disagree. He said, he says he thinks Illia is a redeemable character in that the audience can like her as a person, maybe, but not that she will get along with the main characters. And I disagree with that first part, because I don't think she could be likable as a person the way she is going. Like, if anything, like, I'm hating her. Like,
Yeah, I really don't like her. I really don't.
I like her as a character.
yeah, she's good as a character, but it's like, I want to like her, and I feel like I'm offering her food, and she's slapping it out of my hand, and it's like, I want to like you, but you're making it really hard right now, Illia. Does that make sense? Like, I want to root for her, but she's making it really hard. She's being problematic, not fave. She's problematic, but yeah, Larissa, why do you like her as a character?
Slowly like the dynamic of her, with especially how she was raised. Well, went to school with humans and everything, and then and with just the storyline in general, and now this whole jilted lover sort of motive. Like, I really like how her character developed. Very short amount.
Yeah. Okay. So we heard like most of that, and then the last little bit, it was like once you said she went to school with humans. After that, it was like, uh-oh. Okay.
Ah!
You said something about in a very short amount of time. Was that like a lot of character story and background in a short amount of time?
Yes.
Okay. I was pretty sure I knew.
I don't know. I like her as a character. Like, she's a really good character because she's villainous, but she has like really good motivation. And obviously, to like most sane people, it's a misguided motivation, but to her, it's legitimate. And I think like that's really good to have for like an evil or like malicious character. Like, if they don't have a good motivation, then it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, I don't really understand like Cinder's motivation besides working for Salem, or like that's more how I felt before we knew Salem existed, because we were like, oh, Cinder's just this evil lady doing whatever. I mean, now it makes a little more sense, but like having a reason why she's doing everything, like she deeply believes in that, like that makes her a really good character.
Yeah, and it's also relatable for a lot of people as well. I think she's very good because like her and Adam pretty much have the same motivation, but because of how hers is presented, it's a lot more relatable for the audience, and therefore why the audience is more willing to empathize with her as compared to Adam, who we just say we hate. Well, we love as a villain, but we hate him as a person.
We know something's happened in the past causing.
Okay, Larissa.
I did not hear
we heard
that.
you say we know something happened in the past, but once you said past, it was like, oh man. Wait, hold on. I'm on my show. Do you want Yes. Sorry, I had a little bit of an interruption. Okay.
It's
That's
okay.
great.
I laughed. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay, so you said something about his past, Larissa. What'd you say? Okay, I think she's typing it, so we could just read it. Okay, Adam's past. AC Gears and Arms says, I don't think Adam won't be staying as the high leader for as long. Okay, Adam's past. We haven't seen what has caused him to hate humans so much. Yes, I agree with that. We have no clue why he hates humans. We just know why he hates Blake. And even then, it's kind of just bland. And hey, Nikolai, it has been a while. Yeah, we know why for Illia, which is why we're able to relate more with Illia than Adam. Okay. I am so sorry the internet is being troublesome with us right now, and you have to type it out instead of verbally talking, because I know it's more of a hassle to just type. But yeah, I totally agree with that. Like, Adam, we don't know a whole lot about, and that's why we're not willing to empathize with him, because there's nothing to really empathize with yet, at least. Illia, we have all this information. We're like, hey, we know what she's about. We could relate to some of that. We know how it is to be hurt and want to hurt back. But it also...
Sorry.
Well,
I think Adam is, like, cool as in he's mysterious. Like, I want to see what's under his mask, but he just seems like, right now, like, until I guess we get motivations, he just seems like Edgelord 9000. Like, he's like, oh, I want power, blah, 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 I killed a human.
yeah.
And you don't know why. So he's just edgy, and it's like, okay, Adam's here, he's gonna wreck shit.
I'm also kind of waiting for, like, some weird plot twist that they kind of pulled with, like, kind of how they did with Illia. Because his horns are in very similar placement to the horns on her mask. And I kind of wonder if why we never see him with his mask off is because his horns are fake. like I want that
stuck in his hair.
Yeah, they're a little stuck on his hair, but they could also be like on the top edge of his mask. I just think it'd be funny. He takes off his mask and then we're like, "Whoa, he's actually human." And then like he gives in like a really deep thing. He's like, "Humans are just trash. I'm proof of that." Or something.
Well, I mean, also, like, can't Faunus tell if someone else is a Faunus? Like, Sun knew Blake was a Faunus.
Oh.
I feel like maybe it could sense it or smell it or something. So I feel like people would know if Adam wasn't a real Faunus.
Yeah, that is true. People would snuff him out way too quick. Yeah. Oh, and he says maybe he has a scar under his under his mask from being trafficked as a Faunus, which I have to say that's pretty messed up. Like, I don't know why anyone would be trying to cover that up still.
Ooh, I like what Nico and Vera said. They're making astrology jokes.
Yeah, yeah.
Adam's Cancer, no, he's Taurus.
He's Taurus.
Yeah, it's even in his last name. Oh wait, no, that's why he said it. But he's also like a bull, which a Taurus is a bull.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, and Brandon Dodge says, I think his time with Cinder also played a role in his downward spiral. She could have manipulated him and made him far worse than what he was. Yeah, I think so, but I also think that they might have possibly had, like, minimal time together as well. She was just giving him more of a means to his end.
Yeah.
She was like, hey, I'm gonna give you a way to, like, wreak havoc against the humans of Vale. So I think he was just like, even though it's a human cause, I'm just gonna side with it, because he was still very clear about not liking her for being human in that one episode. Okay, Sunny, were you trying to say something? I thought you were waving your hand for a second.
Oh no, sorry, I'm good.
Okay. Nikolai's asking the real question: who would win in an arm wrestle, Yang or Nora?
Oh, didn't like Arnold ask that question?
Yeah. If Yang had a normal arm, I would say.
You would say Yang?
I'd say Nora.
Oh, Nora?
Yang.
Okay, because your internet cut out when you said I would say, and so I'm like, I can't read lips either. Okay. She said Nora. Okay, yeah, I think Nora would win. Nora could bench 8 of her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, also, I kind of wonder if, like, the robot arm could give her super strength, and she was just actually holding back with the robot arm.
That was so bad.
Yeah, that's actually being used as, like, my thumbnail, is Nora with Yang's robot arm. And
I see that.
What?
Holding it up.
Yeah. So, because she and I had, like, similar facial expression at the same time, so I edited that.
Yeah, that's great.
And while I was, like, photoshopping Nora out of the Ruby, I noticed that part of her hair went inside the wall. And so you can't see the tips of her hair, but you could see, like, the outline of the tips of her hair inside the wall.
Oh, I never noticed those things.
Didn't notice
No,
that.
it was seriously like a blink and you'll miss it type thing, and I only noticed it because I froze that frame and was editing it to make my thumbnail. And if it wasn't for that, I think I would have never noticed. But wait, how did he know that thumbnail? Did I post that thumbnail on Twitter? Hold on. I don't think I posted it to Twitter because I made it just last night. Because that was when I uploaded it.
I can see it on your... Not
You could see it on my YouTube channel?
the one with Nora holding it.
Really?
Yeah, the volume 5 chapter 7 reaction is up.
Wait, was that chapter... Oh, that was
Okay.
chapter 7. I was thinking chapter 8. I was really worried.
No, chapter 8. Yeah, I haven't posted
Oh my
that yet.
gosh, that scared me.
I
Yeah,
haven't done
okay.
my...
Yeah, that one is public. Okay, good. I just remembered the thumbnail I did for chapter 8. I edited them both in the same day, so like it's really mixed which was which for me. Okay, yeah, chapter 7. I was still in channel 8 mode. I was like, you guys
Yeah.
could see my chapter 8? Oh no, you're not supposed to. It's unlisted. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to
Yeah,
use.
Hunt's SD, we know her audio cuts out because we've been like, hey, we can't hear you. But
Oh, how I
Yeah.
closed everything else down. I'm on mobile data for the chat.
oh, really? Yeah. Okay, we're all saying now she's not allowed to have coffee. Oh, but yeah, other. Wait, did someone say? Oh, okay. AC Gears and Armors was saying, you know, a ton of caffeine can cause your brain to generate a lot of bioelectricity, the brain buzz feeling. Maybe that's why Nora is so strong and hyperactive. I mean, I could see that's why she would not be allowed to have coffee or high amounts of caffeine, because that would make her overpower an electricity without being struck by lightning. Which, I have to say, that was like the best little like Thor Easter egg,
Oh, it was great.
being struck on Thursday.
Crazy Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, after I saw that, I like in my free time, which I don't have a lot of, I've been writing this kind of Ruby AU fanfic, and I actually inserted that line in there.
Awesome.
Awesome.
What's your AU on?
It's kind of like, I guess, medieval ages inspired, and it's about Ren and Nora, and like that's obvious.
Okay.
Sounds.
Sounds
I've
good.
written like 2 chapters. Like I do not have a lot of time to do this.
Yeah. I mean, you're stuck in like finals and all that, so
Yeah.
that's understandable. Like my cousin canceled Star Wars on me because of like school. It got too busy.
Mm.
Oh, no.
The whole last week has been me trying to figure out what to do with his ticket. So.
Ah.
Oh, okay. Inspector Who says he can't wait to see Yang and Nora's team attack. That'd be pretty cool. But
They would have a great team attack.
yeah, they would. But
Mm.
also, part of me is thinking that Team Ruby and Team Juniper, they could almost be their own teams now that there's more Ruby members. And Oscar and Crow could kind of fill in the 4th slots for both teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've honestly been trying to figure out like a good acronym for like all the names from like I guess Junior and Rui to make a word, but so far I have not figured out anything, even with making the W a U. Like I need to just write it down on paper and see if I could just rearrange the letters to make something that makes sense. Maybe if
Hey, that's
Good at that.
everyone's homework. Figure out the new teams or whatever.
Yeah, figure out the new mega team name of all 6 of them. Maybe even add Oscar. But
Yes, include him.
they're like gonna just add a random O to the end of the word. They're like, oh, it's just a really big hollow period. It doesn't make a sound. Team protagonist. Yeah, but we're talking about using the letters in the name, like how Ruby is Ruby Weiss Blake Yang. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna try to write this down.
For the rest of
I'm
this
never
VYTALCast.
good.
Yeah. Crap. There was something else. Oh, also, I like how, you know, Yang and Weiss, when they talked, they not only just verbally said, like, oh, we don't know each other that well, even though we've been on the same team, they also kind of showed it with Yang assuming stuff of Weiss
Yeah.
and, like, her lifestyle. She's like, oh, well, you get to do fancy dinners, you get to do this and this. You don't know what it's like to be lonely. And then
Yeah.
Weiss was like, sit down and listen. So I liked that.
I like that
Oh no.
really well.
Okay, all I heard was I like that and really well, Larissa. I am so sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. But there was crap, I'm losing my word sense. Oh, Yang is still like being very gun-ho, so to say, even though Tai has told her you can't just run off with your semblance first thing. And if anything, lately she's been going like semblance first and then like normal tactics later. She got angry at Team Ruby, or Ruby and Weiss, I guess. She got really angry at Red Eyes, and then like even with the assumptions, that's still kind of like attack first and no strategy. Like she doesn't stop and think things through. Still,
Just
I only heard just.
Yeah, I can hear it.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she's just angry and upset. Yes, I agree with that. Yeah, she's just angry and upset, which, emotion trumps any logic or thinking through stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, Vera said, I love the bit Weiss brought up about how they each have their own kind of loneliness. And that is a good point. And I kind of relate to both types of their loneliness. Probably more to like Yang's rather than Weiss's, but I have experienced a little bit of both in my life, so I really liked that scene a lot, which is funny because you guys were saying the ending part with Blake and then like Gira and Callie being attacked stood out most to you guys, whereas for me it was kind of more the talk between Yang and Weiss. That was like the main thing that stood out to me.
I like that part, but I feel like it's the middle of the season, so there's just been a whole bunch of just people sitting around and talking. So it's like I crave the action scenes. I mean, it was still a good conversation, and like I like the characters connecting and growing together. But it's just like when they're always sitting around and talking for like 3 episodes, I'm like, I don't really care.
Yeah, especially when it's just getting all the characters on the same page. And we, as an audience, have heard it 4 times already. So, no, I agree with that. It was just more of that stood out because it was stuff I was able to relate to type stuff. And wait, did Larissa send another message? Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, you just said which triggers her semblance. But also a Team Orange Brownie that works.
Orange brownie.
Today is National Brownie Day. Although I do not suggest an orange brownie to eat. That doesn't sound all too tasty.
Where does the bee come from?
That is a good question.
Bronwyn?
Oh yeah, I was thinking Crow Bronwyn, but it's usually first names.
Give me last.
I kind of wanted to slide because I'm like, Bronwyn, it works.
Yeah.
Or I guess he might be using Blake as the bee, even though Blake is far, far away in a time that's exactly the same time. Also, did anyone notice that all of the scenes with with Ruby, Weiss, and Yang were like morning, but then Blake's was nighttime?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, like timeline. Where is it?
Yeah, like have them in the same time of day, please. like
well, I think
it's confusing timeline more.
Or she behind them.
I think Blake is behind a month.
Yeah.
That's how it was.
I think it was during Giri's speech 2 months.
Yeah.
2 of you.
Was it Gira that said 2 months? Or did he say 3?
He said 2. Could be wrong.
Oh yeah, no. He said 2 months, and then Ozpin said 1 month. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It was a 1 month difference, and 3 months I knew was like stretching it. I was like, wait, 3 months doesn't sound right. That's like a whole summer break.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just accept whatever shows up on the screen. Like, I don't know when any of this is.
Yeah, I didn't notice it until I was editing. I'm like, wait a second. All of these scenes are in completely different times of the day, which normally they've all been somewhat same time of the day, even though they're probably like a month apart or 3 months apart. Like, throughout Volume 4, it seemed like daytime consistency was a thing. Whereas this episode, that was not a consistency.
Yeah.
And Sunny, I agree with you on like wanting the action. I've been kind of action fatigued, or action hungry. Fatigued makes it sound like I've had too much action.
I'm saying we're gonna get more action. So late.
Okay, Larissa, I couldn't hear you, but I'm gonna guess you said we're gonna get more action later in the volume.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You see, I'm able to piece together sentences just a bit. But yeah.
Isn't that how a lot of shows go? It's like really intense beginning, kind of like flattens out
In the middle.
In the middle, and then like season finale, ramp it up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it feels. And
Yeah.
I'm both really anticipating, but also kind of worried about the action. Because with Volume 4, the action scenes, other than the fight with the Canuck, were kind of subpar to me. Because, like, everything that I know about, like, fighting choreography for shows and, like, editing and stuff, they completely broke, like, all the rules I knew about. And it was not, like, a good break in the rules. Like, Tyrion versus Crow. It had a few good parts that matched the rules, but then for the most part, did not fit the rules at all. There was a lot of, like, broken rhythm in the fight, where there was, usually, fights have a pattern and a rhythm to them. Like, Yang, she often will go low, low, high with her punches. Like, her fight with Neo is very good for, like, seeing the rhythm. Neo was often, like, a slow, quick, quick, whereas Yang was, like, 1, 2, 3, 4 type rhythm. And you could almost, like, count it, and that scene's used a lot for the AMVs for Ruby, because there's a rhythm to the fight. And when it came to Volume 4 and even some of Volume 5, people haven't been able to use that so much because the fights have no rhythm. And the closest there has been was Yang's trailer, where she fights the Ursa. And then, even though her fight with the bandits was super short, that followed the rules even more. So they're improving, and I have hopes. And the Tyrion fight versus Crow has, like, a lot of potential and show, like, look, we could do something really good and really crazy, but it's just they need to get, like, it solid. Does that make sense?
Yeah. They're definitely improving.
Yeah. Whereas the fight with the Canuck was really great in a cinematic and storytelling sense. It was not so much a action scene as it was, like, a storytelling through, like, character emotion in this conflict that's both physical and emotional for Ren.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I'm preaching a little bit too much.
Like I don't want to bring this up, but I feel like a lot of the rhythm came from the fights going along with the music, and a lot of that had to do with Monty.
Yeah.
Well, it's not just a Monty thing. It's a anime. Well, anime would often, like, draw out punches. Like, characters would be like, ah, and then it just holds for a long time.
Yeah.
But the fights still have quite a bit of rhythm. Like Naruto versus Sasuke in Naruto Volume 10 of the anime, I think it is. When Sasuke is running away and they have their big fight, a lot of their fight scene was following the rhythm stuff. And, like, if you watch a lot of even, like, live action fight scenes, a lot of the fights still follow a rhythm. Like Punisher, if you watch the Punisher, his punches are more slower, but they're still beat. He'll be like 1, 2, and, like, you could almost do the counts right on. And sorry, I'm both a martial artist and a dancer, so, like, I see the connections between a lot of them, and my sparring is very very timed a lot. Like if someone figures out my rhythm, I have to quickly change to another rhythm. But I often could figure out someone's rhythm really fast and find a quick opening. Like it's all part of like that's how people find their openings and all of that. They're like, okay, this guy likes to go low, low, high, or high, low, high. And it's always to the rhythm of like 1, 2, or maybe it's slow, quick, quick. You know, it's very.
We got a pro over here.
Sorry.
I never really thought of it that way.
Yeah. So when it was like Crow versus Tyrion, they had a few parts where it was very much like that, but then there were some parts where they just threw that out the window, and it was like, this fight was going so well. Then you had this blah, 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 and then it's like cool moment, and it was like, okay, we need to have it solid. But Kim is an amazing animator. Like it is not like a lack of talent of animator. I think it's just they need to get a formula down. I think that's all it is the formula. And with Yang's fights in her trailer and the very short fight she had with the bandits give me a lot of hope. And I think hopefully that we're gonna have some really awesome fights in the next episode, or at least after this next episode.
Yeah, I'd say we definitely.
Yeah, okay. No, her fight with the bandits, even though it was very short, a lot of her fighting did follow a rhythm and pattern. I could do a video where I break it all down, but I feel like I'm also not like the pro to like say everything, because I'm also not an animator, so I can't give too much input on like how to animate a fight scene as much as it is choreographing a fight scene. So
It'd be interesting to do a breakdown of it.
yeah,
I
it
would
would
watch.
be. I had a tweet at like 4 a.m. where it was like comparing Monty era Ruby to post Monty era Ruby, and it was like Monty era super awesome fight scenes, and then like the cinematic or storytelling scenes would be like okay, they're not like there could be some work done, but then post Monty era was like cinematic storytelling scenes are like the best parts, but then it's like the fight scenes that could use some work.
Yeah. I saw that talking.
Yeah, and it was like I feel like Volume 3 is like as close of like a mesh that we've gotten, because Volume 3 had some of the best fights we've ever had, and it also has some really beautiful cinematography for the scenes. So I don't know. I really hope Volume 3 wasn't like a peak in the series, and then we're not gonna have one. But I think Volume 5 will be the highest point we've had since Volume 3.
I'm really loving.
Yeah, I'm really liking Volume 5 too. I'm just I need to have some fight scenes.
Yeah, we need more.
What, Sunny?
Oh, I just said I really like Volume 5. Like the beginning of this volume was so good. I loved it so much.
Yeah, like I said, like this volume is going really good, and I'm really liking it.
It's being paced.
Yeah. Oh, okay. AC Gears and Arms brought up a good point. For Red vs. Blue, it has been super noticeable in Red vs. Blue, especially in season 15's like episode 8, the episode where they're having the flashback, and it's Carolina versus Tex. That was terrible. No offense to who did it, but like I think they literally just had 2 people walk in with like the motion capture suits and like, all right, just fight for a little bit, like no set choreography at all, no rhythm. It was like just sloppy fighting, and then like the music was always offsetting it, which was like part of the joke, but the choreography with it was just not selling the joke. So sorry, I feel like I'm dominating the conversation right now.
I mean, I just haven't seen any Red versus Blue like what you're talking about, so I'm like, I can't say.
Yeah,
I haven't either.
Yeah, okay. I would say if it wasn't for Red versus Blue, or like the seasons that Monty did for Red versus Blue, which was like seasons 9 and 10, if it wasn't for those 2 seasons and me discovering them on YouTube through like watching Achievement Hunters Fails of the Week, and then YouTube suggesting the current airing episodes of Red versus Blue, and me recognizing his name in the credits so much with the fight scenes and in the comments, when they released like the red trailer for Ruby, and if it wasn't for me seeing that his name Monty I think I would have not cared at all about Ruby. Because it was like, oh, Monty that means this is going to have some really good fights. And then, like, of course, red trailer, amazing fight.
Yeah.
The red trailer was so well put together, just like the music and the fighting, like.
Yeah, so if it wasn't for like seeing like Monty tagged with it, and then like also hearing that Jeff Williams is going to be in charge of the music, like I would not have cared about Ruby at all. But then it was like, oh boy, I know these guys, and I'm huge fans of these guys. Like I know they're really great. And then of course Ruby was really great. I mean, I kind of fell off with Volume 1, and then, like, right before Volume 2 came out, I, like, rewatched Volume 1 all the way through since all the episodes were out finally. And then Volume 2, I was, like, fully on board, like, yeah, I love this show. And then here I am today.
I still love it.
Yeah, okay, the trailers are used a ton in AMVs, and that is because they have the best like single fighting for the 4 girls. And they're also very like they're following all the fight rules that I was talking about, like rhythm and patterns. So
yeah, like they're easy to put to intense music.
Yeah, they're easy to put to music. Like it's like, hey, these hits, they follow a beat. They go 1 2, slow, quick, quick. They have all the beats, so it's very easy to make a AMV too, because you could either slow down a clip even, or speed it up, or do that with the music and have them match, and it's super awesome. And my computer's like, your drivers are available, and it's like, no thanks. Okay, so AC Gears and Arms says, flashback, Ozpin versus Salem fight scene. That's what we need.
Yeah,
I would like to see that. I just want to know, like, the original conflict between Ozpin and Salem. Like, what started this huge 1,000-year war thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
We should be getting it.
Yeah, it should be. They should be giving us something. But Sunny, you look like you had something to say.
Oh no, I just I've been looking at the red trailer like while y'all were talking, and I'm like observing the rhythm, because I've never really cared about that unless it's with the music. So it's like I have to go back Volume 4 and like see how bad or non-existent the rhythm is. But
yeah, for the red trailer, it gets very, very fast, but the music gets very, very fast with it. So I think Jeff was just like, oh yeah, Ruby's fighting really fast, I'm gonna make the music match that. So yeah, it's
and
just
then you
perfect.
were also what were you talking about like 30 seconds ago?
Ozpin and Salem?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, there's a bug in my room. Like, wins are, gosh, how do I word this? I'm bad with words. Like, every volume, usually, we get, like, a single whole flashback episode. So, like, when is that going to happen this volume?
Yeah. Yeah, like...
We've got 14.
What?
Sorry, we've got 14.
We got 14 what?
Episodes.
Oh, we got 14 episodes this volume. Oh my gosh,
Yes.
that means there's only 5 episodes left. Oh man, I hope you get
Better
that.
than 12.
Yeah, and I actually had a guess. I don't know if it was in my Chapter 7 reaction or Chapter 8. No, it was my Chapter 7 reaction, where I kind of posed the question of, since Ozpin has flat out said that he is the wizard that gave the 4 maidens their powers, like, to me, it kind of seemed like from Ozpin's story in Volume 3, that the old man was just kind of minding his own business, living as a hermit at that point. So part of me is like, okay, 1, how did he get superpowers? Like, how did he get so much magic? And 2, it sounds like Salem wasn't even a thing at that point. And it makes me wonder if Salem became Salem out of jealousy for the maidens. And she went and seeked out her own power because he rejected her for powers. And that's why there's like this personal grudge between the two of them.
I kind of feel that the maidens, I think, was, you guys, years ago. Well, didn't say he's.
Okay, I'm sorry. I heard maidens, and then it was random syllables. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to type that.
Maiden century ago.
Okay. Yeah, the maidens were made like a few... He has been doing this for 1,000 years? I don't think he necessarily gave a time frame for when the maidens became a thing.
I could be wrong. I think I picked it.
It's been a long time.
Okay, so Verif pointed out something that kind of proves me wrong. He said Oz said he got his immortality curse as a punishment for not defeating Salem, so she came first. But what if that was all during his first life when he made the maidens? Oh, no, I'm just trying to find an excuse to be right still.
I still feel you said a century ago for the maiden. 7. Said,
The maidens were
ago.
probably centuries ago, but they're definitely not 100 years ago because there's like religions made around them. So the maidens must be pretty ancient, but he must be way more ancient than them. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
I just want to know, like, what is Salem? Like, she looks like a Grim, so, like, how did a being like that come to exist?
She's a Grim Faunus.
Great boy.
Oh my.
Because when I saw the spider lady girl, like her veins, the first thing I thought of was Salem, and I was like,
I didn't even put.
So I was like, what if she's the Faunus, but like instead of an animal, it's a Grim that she's a Faunus of. But you know, I could very well be wrong. But she does have a lot of.
Sounds way too crazy.
What?
Sounds way too crazy. Like, I would have a hard time believing that.
with like Osmond being able to transfer his soul from person to person and these
like...
maidens, all this stuff, that's all believable. But her being a Grim Faunus, that's too far.
I don't know. It's just something about it. Like, everything else makes enough sense, but like a Grim Faunus. Like,
or Brandon Dodge says, "What if Salem was the very first Grim?"
Yeah, that too.
That's a little too far-fetched too?
No.
Oh.
Sorry, that would make more sense to me.
Okay, that would make more sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could see, like... I mean, part of my logic with her being jealous of the maidens and wanting her own power, but Osmond rejecting her, was she went and seeked out her own power and got it through some sort of means through the Grim somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be like the Grim evolve over time, get smarter.
They grow bigger as they.
So maybe she was originally Grim evolved.
Okay, she was originally. You might have to type it out. I can't hear.
But like they all crawl out of the oil pit, so like how do they evolve if they do that?
Well, I think she was just talking about they grow bigger as they grow older.
They get smarter.
Okay, originally it was a Grim and evolved over time to what she is now. Oh yeah, they do get smarter, and
Yeah.
I think Oobleck also said they're not heartless either. Did he say they also have emotion? Like, as long as humans let them be, they're totally normal animals. Because he was talking about the Goliaths when he said that. And he was like,
I'm trying to think what his exact words were.
He said something like, those Faunus are harmless as long as we do not bother them or attract them with our negative emotion.
They're not the same as the one.
Yeah. Although part of me makes me think if Salem could have been human first and she could have thrown herself in an ooze pit and that's how she got her power. She's like, hey, Grim are born from here. I'm going to throw myself in and get their power. It is a perfect villain origin story, you know? It's like the Green Goblin all over again.
Maybe she got bitten by a Grim spider.
Yeah. Yeah, she got bitten by a Grim spider and she's just like, ah!
It
just popped into my...
Hey, I don't want to break up the party, but it's been about an hour and I might have to go do something soon.
Yeah. And
yeah,
we could start we could wrap things up. So,
Okay.
okay, one last question though. Nikolai says, anyone miss the World of Remnant episodes?
We haven't had any, have we?
Yeah, he's asking, do we miss them?
Mm.
I like them, but I've liked having the.
Okay, you said you
Yeah,
liked
okay.
having them, but I'm gonna guess you said you're not gonna miss them. Okay, she's typing.
I like having the episodes every week. Like, do some World of Remnants in the off season. That's what I think.
Yeah. I like
agree.
them, but I like not having a break in between episodes. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, that's understandable. I mean, we're getting a break later this month.
Or had them prior, like we did with the first.
Yeah.
Veil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like where they'll do like episode 5, World of Remnant, episode 6 type of thing.
I mean, prior to the volume, like the World of Remnant volume prior.
Okay. All I'm hearing is prior in volume. Sunny's like trying not to laugh. Okay.
Sorry, it's not funny. I'm just like, it keeps happening.
Yeah. Okay. World of Remnants prior to Volume 4, like the Veil and Mistral ones. You like those ones?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I
prior.
like. They're trying to what? Oh, prior to the volume starting. Yeah, having them right before. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I liked them, but I'm not going to necessarily miss them. I think they were a good opportunity for us to get more background information on the world and maybe even hints at like the next episode, because like they had an episode about the Schnees right before they had an episode focusing on Weiss. Okay, and we kind of got to wrap it up there. So guys, thank you for watching, and please subscribe to Sunny or Larissa if you haven't. Or maybe you're here from watching their channels and you can subscribe to me. Feel free to share this video as well. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.